Hi everybody, it's Dre here. Today I am bringing you an update on a haul and first impressions of a bunch of stuff. Basically, I did a huge Sephora high-end haul a few weeks back, and I did a huge drugstore haul, and then from those I did a first impressions of drugstore stuff and a first impressions of high-end stuff. And so now, after the first impressions, I've been using all this stuff. It's been in my little owl basket on my vanity, and I've been trying to use at least a couple things every day so that I can really give you my opinion on everything. I love to do it this way because I love first impressions, but they are definitely not the end all and be all of a product. So that's why I always bring you an update. So that's what we are doing today. I have a lot of stuff here, so let's get into it. So here's all the Beauty Junkies brushes that I hauled. Now I hauled face brushes and eye brushes. Let's just talk about the face. Maybe I should like get my life organized here. Just talk about the face brushes first. I have mixed feelings on these. The face, like the actual foundation brushes here, I have the round kabuki brush and the angled kabuki brush. These to me are kind of average. I don't love them and I don't hate them. They are just good, decent brushes. And by the way, for the price, excellent value for sure. They are gonna blend well. They, they're just good face brushes. The only thing I find is that they don't glide as effortlessly along my face as some of my other brushes do. So that is my only issue with them. They get the job done, don't get me wrong. The duo fiber brush, I didn't really have a chance to use it for any reason, and that's true of most of my duo fiber brushes. I don't really use them very regularly. This Pro Sculptor brush though, this is for contouring. I use this for powder and cream contour. It works really well. I really like the shape of it. Like, look at that shape. It fits right in there perfectly, and it blends really nicely. It's very soft. This Pro Highlighter brush, this is not really that great. It's not like the most softest highlighter brush. It's not even as soft as the Sigma one. It's definitely not as soft as the Wayne Goss one I'm going to talk about, but of course you would not expect it to be. It's just a good brush. Like if you're gonna set your under eye or do some highlighter, it's fine. It's not the softest thing in the world. Now, what I will say though is I love these eye brushes. Honestly, you guys, I can't remember the price I paid, but for the whole set, I think it was like maybe 30, and then I had a discount on top of that. It's crazy value right here. Look how many brushes you get. I really like these brushes, especially this one. This is the Pro Crease brush. This is so good for in the crease. It blends so well. Oh, I just used it today. It blends so well, honestly. Love that. This one here is kind of like the MAC 217 brush. Works perfectly well. It's called the Pro Blending. Pro Pencil brush is good. This one I love because it's very soft, and I love the shape of it. It's perfect for getting right in the brow bone. Pro Angled Shading Brush. Anyway, all of these are fantastic. Huge thumbs up on these. And then, excuse how dirty it is, but I have the sponge. I don't even know what it's called because it doesn't have a name on it like the brushes do. But the sponge, it's just like a Real Technique sponge. It is really good, you guys. This is a great value. I think you can get like 4 for $12 or something, like really reasonable. This came with one of the sets though. Excellent sponge. The only thing I would say is the Real Techniques one I find just a little bit smoother. But in terms of the job it does, it's fantastic. It really blends out nicely. I love the shape of it, of course. Really great sponge. Let's talk about these Wayne Goss brushes very quickly. This is a huge favorite. This is the Wayne Goss 02 brush. Same like teardrop shape as that other brush. Perfect for under eye setting, perfect for wiping while you're baking, perfect for highlighting. Oh, this is so wonderful. This is an awesome brush. It's so soft. It blends so nicely. Like I'll put on my highlight, I'll just kind of swipe it on, but then I'll kind of blend it out, and it blends so well. I love this. I don't know that anyone needs it. It's quite expensive for a brush, but it's so good. So if you're thinking about it, I would pull a trigger. These two I am not like over the moon about. This is the 20 pencil brush. I don't find that this is any better than any other pencil brush I've ever tried. It is a little softer, again, but for a pencil brush, usually I'm just quickly like smudging something out on the lower lash line. I did use this one day for like a cut crease type look. It was okay. I didn't find that it blended amazingly well. And then this is the 19 brush, and honestly I really had high hopes for this. I thought it was gonna blow my mind, and it's just good. It's just a really good crease brush. I'm still hoping, I've used it quite a few times, but I've only washed it once and I've just spot cleaned it in between. I'm just hoping that over time it'll kind of keep loosening up a little bit more. It does a really good job, but I thought it was gonna be like effortless and like wonderful. It's just really good. Let's talk about the Josie Maran Coconut Water eyeshadow. This is in the shade Rio de Rose Gold. This is a stunning shade. You will see, you have to shake the dickens out of it. You really do. Like, I have to shake it for at least a solid minute before I can get the proper color out of it, which in a video I'm sure is quite annoying, but let me just swatch it even though it's not fully shaken up, because at least you'll get an idea. It's a stunning color. It really is. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Just gorgeous. And I like it a lot. I really, really do. It looks gorgeous on the eyes. I wore it quite a few times over the last few weeks. Got compliments on it when I did wear it. It's stunning, as you can see, beautiful color. It's just really high maintenance. Like when you put it on, it actually does blend out pretty well, but you have to kind of sit there with your eyes closed to get it to dry, because it does take a little while to dry, and having to shake it every time is a little bit of a pain. This RCMA No Color Powder is so good. I mean, I expected it to be. Everybody loves it. I used it today. I used a lot of this stuff today, by the way, on my face. I used this today to set my under eye. It just really gives you that perfected under eye look. It's really, really good. My only complaint about this is the packaging. It is a nightmare. It's in one of those like spice shaker bottles, and it gets everywhere. Even if you like unscrew the cap, some days I would like pour it in the cap, some days I would try to stick my beauty blender in there, but either way it's a mess, and I need to find another way to store this. You see, like, it's getting all over just from opening it up, but fantastic product. If you have been on the fence about it, it's amazing. Let's talk about the Essence All About Roses eyeshadow palette for a second. I actually did probably my favorite tutorial slash get ready with me I've ever done. I'll link that below if you're interested, but I use this. I am so impressed with these eyeshadows, you guys. This is like $5.99 at the drugstore, maybe $4.99 in the States, but anyway, just stunning shadows. Honestly, I would take this shadow right here and I would just like keep that by itself on my vanity for my perfect cool tone transition shade ever. Like, if I could depot this easily, I would, because I would use this every day, this shade right here. It is just, and they're so soft, it is just the perfect cool tone transition shade right there. I have loved this. Now, I actually have quite a few of these shades on my eyes today. All three of these here make really nice kind of brow bone highlights, but on the other hand, they don't make really good lid shades because they don't really come across as pigmented on the lid, whereas on the brow, it's just a nice highlight. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really find there's a perfect lid shade in this palette. That is the only complaint I have. But like, this shade here is just a gorgeous kind of satin brown, but it can kind of mimic a matte. Oh, I love them. I really do. I'm toying, there is one called Vintage and there's one called Nudes. I'm toying with the idea of getting those as well, but honestly I have so many eyeshadow palettes. But this is gorgeous. Pick these up, so good. Let's move on to something I really dislike, and I had really high hopes for this. This is the Marcel Flawless Skin Fusion Concealer. This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare. It's horrible. The packaging is fantastic. The doe foot applicator is fantastic. It is exactly like the Urban Decay Naked applicator. When I swatched it, I thought it was gonna be great. It's nice and creamy, and it kind of looked fairly good coverage in a swatch, but it really settles into lines. It really creases badly. By the end of the day, it just looks dry and icky. I really hate this. I wish I still had my receipt. I would return that, but I definitely do not recommend that. That is, I believe, exclusively Canadian brand. Not 100% sure, but I think so. Here, let's talk about this foundation. I'm wearing this today. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin, and mine is in the shade 15 Ivory. Great packaging on this. Glass bottle, pump, really great. I really like this. I think it's a good foundation if you are oily combo somewhere in the middle. If you are very oily, you might not like it, and if you are very dry, you might not like it. It's right in the middle. So on days when I use this with a mattifying foundation, it was really good. It lasted really well. If I used it, actually, let me grab this. With this is the Too Faced Hangover, and this is really more for people with dry skin. It really kind of hydrates your skin. Then I found this got really oily by the end of the day. Really, really oily and not so great. But overall, without using that primer, it has a gorgeous finish. It really does. It is like a nice fully medium coverage, so it's not full coverage, it's not going to cover everything, but it is solidly medium coverage. I have two mascaras here, and I am going to actually bring you a mascara collection video soon where I'm going to talk about all my current open mascaras. So I'm not going to get into these too much, but this is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. I like this. You'll see in my first impressions video that on the bottom lashes it transferred horribly, really smudged down there. But every time I wore it on the top lashes, it did a good job. And then this one, actually let me just show you the brush on this quickly. It's kind of like a pointed triangle brush, kind of a nice shape. And then this one is the Ardency in Big Modster. I like this one quite a bit. This has got a big fat kind of rounded brush. Really like the brush on this. This really, to me, gave me a very similar effect as the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is my current favorite. Very good mascara. It's kind of the same price range as like the Too Faced Better Than Sex, and honestly, I just find the Too Faced one gives me a slight bit more length, so I do prefer that one for that reason, but it's a very good mascara. This is the L'Oreal Color Riche Pocket Palette in Violet Amour. Now, I own some of the singles. They are not the easiest to work with. They really go on better with a finger than any kind of brush. I'm actually wearing, let me open it up, this shade here. Right there. I have kind of all over my lid, worked in with a few shadows from the Roses palette, and these colors do not show up very well without a bright base underneath them. That's the only real issue I have with this palette. I used it in the first impressions, was not all that impressed. It was just okay. I used it again after that over a white base, and they really popped a lot. So you really have to use a white base under these purples. I don't know about the other palettes, but definitely not my favorite. I don't know that this is worth the price. Honestly, like, this is not even a complete palette either. You really need to bring in other shadows from other areas to get a full eye look. I don't know. It's just not my favorite. Moving on, let's go on to another really good one. This is from Essence. It's the I Love Color Intensifying Eyeshadow Base. I'm wearing this today. I don't think it really intensifies color any more than any other eyeshadow primer does, but it works really well. It keeps your eyeshadow on all day long. It has a little doe foot. The only thing with this is that it's very liquidy, and it does take a little kind of working in to get it all kind of on your skin and blend it out because it's a little liquidy. But other than that, it's an excellent product, excellent value. Here's the Makeup Forever, their new, I think it's called Artist Rouge Cream Shadow in the shade C211. Honestly, I thought this was gonna be lighter, just looking at it. I don't know why. Yeah. On me, on my lip color, it just was a bit much, and I don't like this color on me at all. I will probably eventually pass it on, but if you like that color, and there are millions, like there's like 30 in this line or something, so you can find some color you like because the formula is excellent. It's very creamy, very opaque, but stays a long time. So thumbs up on the formula for sure. This is what I'm actually wearing all over my lips today. I just decided to use the pencil all by itself. This is from NYX. It is their Slide On, Glide On, etc., longest name in the world, in Bed Rose, and this is a beautiful color. I feel like this is such a good everyday pink color. It's going to work with so many different lip colors, and it's so smooth. It glides on so easily. I really love this formula, and I love this color. Big thumbs up on that one. This one I am a little bit mixed about. This is the It Your Skin But Better CC Cream Airbrush Perfecting Powder SPF 50. I bought this because of the SPF in it. I like the idea of being able to reapply SPF over my makeup during the day. Now you're not like, you need a full like solid layer of this to really get 50 plus, but you know what I mean. It's better than nothing. This powder, I don't know really what to say about it. For the price, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. It really makes me look cakey. It really does, especially on my chin. I don't know why, but on my chin, it just gets that kind of broken up, kind of Sahara Desert looking, ugh. By the end of the day, don't like it for that. It does give you a little bit of color. This is in the shade Light. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, it does give you a little bit of extra coverage. On the rest of my face, I found it was pretty fine, but maybe it's because I'm definitely oilier here and it kind of reacts to the oil or something, but it's just not my favorite thing in the world. So I might just keep this, you know, I'm not really sure what circumstances I'm gonna use this in because I just don't like looking cakey and it's just not, it's not my favorite. If you're oily, probably not good. Maybe if you are more dry, it might be okay because like I said, I think it's reacting to the oils in my skin and doing that. Let's just touch on this one more time. The Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer with coconut water and probiotic-based ingredient and skin revivers. Lots of information there. This is obviously like a 100-point perk, but there's a lot in here. I was really excited to get this because I had never tried this, heard about it so much. I really like this. It's really nice. Now, in the summer, I probably never really need this because I'm never dry in the summer. And this is really for somebody who's more dry. But I did like kind of use it on my cheeks and it just felt really good. And then I used mattifying primers in my T-zone, but it just feels amazing. It really does. And if you are dry, I think you would love this. It is so moisturizing and it smells really good too. So pick up a sample if you're interested in that. I know you can get samples at Sephora. Are we on the last product? I think this is the last thing. I hope so. I hope I'm not missing anything. Okay, this I wanted to save for last because it might be my absolute favorite thing out of this entire collection of stuff. This is my highlight I'm wearing today. This is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips All-in-One Custom Nude Palette for face and eyes, and it's in the shade Natural Nude. Number one reason I love this is because you can customize your shade depending where you put your brush. Like obviously you're gonna get the lightest and coolest highlight by putting it over there, or you can get kind of a more golden-y by doing it here, or bronzy, whatever you wanna do, swirl the whole thing together. Mostly I kind of use this section and it is stunning. It is like, look. Actually, I had to put this in my favorites this month too, and you'll hear more about it in the favorites, but look at that highlight. It is stunning. And from the drugstore, and I talk about Physicians Formula a lot, it always goes on sale. Don't buy it full price because it will forever just go on sale for 30 or 40% off, at least where I am. And always pick it up on sale, but they have so many good products and this is just such a standout highlight. I would put this up against any Becca highlight, honestly, like the best of the best. And it's so soft. Just such a good product. You will not regret buying this, let me tell you. That is my roundup of all of my first impression stuff that I did in the last month. I hope that you found this helpful. Of course, I will link all the original videos below if you'd like to see any information in those. And if you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments for me and I will get back to you. And other than that, I hope that you found this useful, helpful, and I hope you are having a great day. And thank you for hanging out with me today. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to do that before you leave and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. That really does help me out a lot. And that's it, I guess. So I'll see you next time, guys. Bye. Where's my Wayne Goss brush? There you are. Whew, that was a mouthful. Okay, this is the, and then, I am all over the place today. No. You know, your face skin, that sounds weird. No, wait a minute. Okay, so. Take a breath. Okay, I am not making any sense.